Welcome back to my prognosis for 2011 with the tarot. I mentioned in the first episode that there will be a struggle in 2011. I don't know when or if it's all the year or not. But the reason why I say it is there are always people always not listening to others, so that might be a problem. But I can't even tell where in the world or something. But the reason is cooperation between us humans, countries, etc., is very important, I guess. And if you don't find a way to see people as they are and what they need, that's very important with the Emperor time, then people won't put up with it. That's how I could say it. And it's very strong. The feeling to do good is very strong this year because the Emperor has very strong morals and values. And it's not so that he is very spiritual. He might be. There might be some people in the Emperor time very, very spiritual. But most of the time the attention goes to what needs to be done on Earth in our materialistic forms. Then is a lot of work to be done. Needs to be done, as it seems. In case of money, etc., it's also like the economy has chances to grow, but not on itself. You can't say I'll sit back in my seat and everything's going to be all right. There's always something that needs to be done. Be active, be proactive if you can. And that's the message that is important because the only people who will stand up or survive for the companies, etc., are the ones that are supported by the government, or the people who say to themselves, what do I need? What do other people really want? Not what I want, no, like gadgets or stuff, or the things that really are promoted just to do, but it's important to think about what do people really need? What do they really want and need? That's something that's important with the Emperor time. In the end of the year, approximately August, September until the end of the year, this card comes in. I did calculate it. You can do it for yourself. It's the 5 card, the Hierophant. One deck I have a black spot, so I chose this deck instead because of its. There's a picture on it with. At early times, it's supposed to be a priest or something, or a pope. I think it was a pope, but they changed it very often, so now it's the Hierophant. And this one is very funny because he has a deck of cards in his hand, and also with a lot of people, religion, open spaces. So people need to be open. The end of the year, the Hierophant is going to, if I say it correctly, is going to help the Emperor, but it's still an Emperor year, so we might not forget that. And there are a lot of people who may turn to religion for some stuff, religious or spiritual, or it's not so that I can say one religion or the other, because basically every structure, system, or etc. has a leading figure, and because it's the Emperor time, that leading figure is important, but it's always important to look further, to look beyond. And I think it's important too for religious people to finally notice what do people really want, and um, can I combine this with what the book or whatever tells, because basically it's all about love and taking care of each other and being there for each other, and I think that's more important. But it's important too that for yourself, whatever you believe or whoever you are, to stay close to yourself, to who you are, and to do things that make you feel good, and to it's not always easy to do that, because like this year it will be very, very hard, because there are some things needing to be done in our world, and I hope we learned from this at the end of the year. I really do. That people tend to misuse power, etc., and people aren't going to, I don't know if it's everywhere, but people aren't going to, yeah, they'll be fed up with it if that's not the case. And I think that it's also going to, yeah, to be that churches are going to get bigger, or something does happen, that people convert themselves to a religion or a philosophy or something. I think that is the end of the year. And maybe you don't convert, or your self will be self-taught to look further than the emperor, look further than something that is structured and solid and you can touch, and it's all about the end of the year. So the middle of the year, there's something we need to do about all of the things that are bugging us. And in the end of the year, there's more time to relax and to spend some time with, to think, what do I believe and what do other people need, and how can I enrich myself with inner knowledge and the knowledge of, let it be a religious system that you're hang on to, but it's always from the heart. Let it be from the heart. And don't do something that because you want to belong to a group or something, but because you really, really believe it. And that's what I see in the cards for now. And I hope somebody will give me some feedback. Or I'm just mumbling, I don't know. But that I know, because I don't do this very often, once a year. I did this for the first time on my own on my forum, so and there was also someone who had already had a text, and this year I'm doing this on my own. That feedback is good, because if I'm wrong at something, I'm only human. If I see something, if I don't see something, I want to know, because it's hard to train if it's only something that's once in a year. It's not the same as a reading. It's a calculation of cards that are going to come up, and it's not so that all the things that are going to happen are already there and we are living in the past. No, this is the now, so things can change. We can look at a prediction. We can always look at a prediction, and we can change. Only the vibrations are there. The chances could be there, but the vibrations and are not so to lead us, but we can make our own lives. That's the thing I believe in, and what I experienced when I did not agree with the reading and I wanted to go differently. You can always ask yourself, what steps can I take? So that's the information I have for you now, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.